Hello, my name is Tuba Karakuyun, and this is the data overview for Fulton Science Academy. The purpose of this data overview is to examine student achievement for the school years of 2010-2011 and 2011 to 2012. In order to make this assignment possible, I have used the CRCT results and I compared the results from year to year to find the strengths and weaknesses of Fulton Science Academy. This is the location of our school, and Fulton Science Academy is located in the city of Alpharetta. It is a private school and currently teaches pre-K through 12th grade. Back in the day, Fulton Science Academy was only a middle school and it was a charter school, and it was also located very close to where we are now. Ever since FSA began serving as a private school, the data was not kept in the portal anymore, and I was not able to collect much closer information. The data that you are about to see in the future slides are from the years when FSA was still a charter school. These were the demographics of the school year of 2010 through 2012. The demographics did not change much from the 2 years that is being compared, and Fulton Science Academy has had the same average demographics for years. This data focuses on the race of the students, students with disabilities, and the limited English proficiency. This slide focuses on students' enrollment by gender. As we see on this slide, the population of the male students are more than the female students, and this has been the same for 2 years. This slide right here focuses on the attendance of the students. The red bars that you see on the graph show the students who have 5 or fewer absences. Blue bars are for the students who have 6 to 15 days of absences, and the green bars are for students who have 16 or more days of absences. The graph also focuses on the demographics of the students. By looking at this graph, I can easily see that the students who have had more absences are for both of the school years are the students with disabilities. And this is the CRCT results from 2010 to 2011 and 2011 to 2012. The green bars show us the exceeding percentage of students. The red shows the meet students, and the blue shows the students who did not meet the standards. The next 5 slides will focus on each subject separately, so we're going to be able to see each of them very carefully. First of all, we're going to start off with the English. So the red line right here shows us the 2010, 2011, and the blue line is for 2011 and 2012. And the same exact pattern will continue throughout the slides as well. The red will always show 2010, 2011, and the blue will always show 2011 and 2012 school year. As we look at the comparison of the years, we can easily see that more students exceeded the standards in 2011 and 2012. And the percentage difference between them was 3.4. So it goes from here and it goes up. So we can see that there has been a very slight increase. The next slide we have is for math. It actually looks very interesting once I put it in a graph form. If you think that the blue line is missing, it's actually not true, it's actually there. It was very interesting to see the results of the CRCT because the results were exactly the same for both of the years. And this tells us that the math has not been it stayed the same. There was no decrease and there was no increase. So it's still kind of good. There was no decrease, but as teachers, we are always interested to see an increase in students' results. The next slide is for reading, and this was one of the subjects that has actually increased a lot. The difference between the percentages is 7.9. Starting from here, it increases. We can see that the students that met actually has decreased because the students who met before is now in the exceeding section. Science was the subject that has actually increased the most. The data is very clear. It shows us that the students increased their knowledge, and the difference between the percentages is 12.4. That is a big increase. Last but not least, we have the social studies graph. We can see that social studies has also increased. The difference is 5.5. The area of concern is math for FSA. Even though the scores did not decrease, it also did not increase. It was very interesting to see that the scores actually stayed exactly the same. Even though they stayed exactly the same, the exceeding rate was about 75%. Students actually have a lot of work ahead of them. Areas of strength is science for FSA, and it was one of the subjects that has increased the most. The scores have been increased by 12.4. They did great both of the school years, but their best was obviously in 2012. All teachers need to do is tweak their teaching just a little bit in order to have a 100% exceeding rate. They're obviously doing great already because that's a huge amount of increase for students. And I think these teachers need to lead a few professional development times for themselves and also for the other departments to show them what they're doing that's working and how other subjects can also prepare students for the state test. As a summary, I have included that teachers meeting frequently to assess students' learning, formative and summative, and adjust instruction accordingly. And content prep where students have 24/7 access to the content curriculum so they can study whatever they want. It doesn't always have to be, it doesn't always have to be in class. They can also go home and study for these. Or more professional learning sessions for teachers to ensure pedagogical practices in lessons. This is also very important, even though teachers could have doctorate degrees if they don't know how to teach the students who are in middle school. All their knowledge could just not be any for anything. So they should be able to make sure that they can get on the student's level. And the task for the audience is how will we use this data to close the students' achievement gap for our students? Thank you for listening. And this is the end of our presentation.